Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. So, Tim Miller, the Terminator Dark Fate's box office, or director, blames Get Woke and Go Broke sentiment for Terminator Dark Fate's box office bomb. During a recent episode of The Business with Kim Masters, we got this from Bounding in the Comics, podcast, the host shared Miller's analysis on the box office failure, as well as audience reactions to the film of Terminator Dark Fate. Not only does Miller share his analysis on the film, but Masters goes back and forth about Miller's reaction to fans compared to Sonic the Hedgehog's director Fowler, the conversation took place before the release of Sonic the Hedgehog. Masters' discussion with Miller began during a video on the 9-minute 40-second mark. The clip begins with Miller saying, "There's a lot of get woke and go broke sentiment that didn't help us, but when asked to explain what that means, Miller responds, there was a lot of issues about having 3 women in lead positions and all that stuff. Alright, first off, right there, dude, you're wrong. Tim Miller, you're fucking wrong. If you would have done it right, we wouldn't have had an issue. But you had a movie that disparaged on men for no reason. You also had a movie that was overtly political, which was stupid. You had your main character that wasn't, or not Sarah Connor, but Daniela Reyes, basically gave a racist line in the movie. So yeah, that's what many people had a problem with. Also, you killed John Connor in the first 5 fucking minutes. Idiot. He then adds, there's quite a toxic atmosphere around this film online, which I was really surprised at. I shouldn't be, but I was. Oh my god, Todd. There he goes. He can't blame anyone but himself, or he can't blame he has no one to blame but himself. Jeez. He blames everyone but himself for the failures of this movie. He then posits the idea that fans are lying, or Masters then posits the idea that fans are lying in wait to pounce on directors and creatives because they don't know what they want. Miller agrees with this assertion. Yeah, and unfortunately, I think it's a small minority, but it's a very vocal minority, and they make a lot of noise, and it's hard. You know, I don't dwell online on the negativity, but it's human nature to read a little bit. Dude, wow. These idiots thinking we don't know what we want until we get it, or until somebody gives it to us. Anybody who thinks that is a fucking retard. I'm sorry for swearing, folks, but I am kind of pissed off at this. These people look so down on us, the viewers, who pay money that goes into their pockets for the entertainment. And when we don't like it, well, we can't get a refund, so the money still goes. So what are they complaining about? I mean, he elaborates. Here's one. I did a Vanity Fair interview, and it was breaking down a scene. Then I'm in a dark blue shirt, and I'm in a small room in a hotel where they were doing a junket, and it's hot, and there's lots of lights in there. And so by the end of the interviewing, I'm sweating, right? I just read a couple of the comments, and they're like, look at this effing guy. He's sweating because he destroyed a franchise. Look at this guy. He's effing sweating because he knows his career's over and tanked the franchise. And I'm like, no, I'm sweating because the room is hot and there are a lot of lights on me. And maybe I didn't put on enough antiperspirant. I'm nervous, or I'm not nervous, or, there's nothing. Anyway, it's both sad and funny to see these, sad and funny, I'm guessing they meant, to see these stories that people put out there versus what, but now the shit that is really going on. That was weird. Anyway, Miller does add that he believes there is value into finding out what people are thinking. He says, I don't feel that there is some value to this perspective, or I do feel that there is some value to this perspective. You know, there's some insight to what people are thinking. You can't. Miller also admits that he knows something of the things he did in Terminator would be controversial. We did something, or we did some stuff that I knew would be controversial. So why would you do it, you idiot? The conversation then turns to Sonic the Hedgehog. Miller was a producer on the film. The details that have helped director Jeff Fowler with the crew, noting that, like Deadpool, they filmed in Vancouver. So he had a lot of Deadpool crew join the Sonic team. We're not going to get into that. That's a separate video for anything. But for them to basically say, it's the people who say, the get well go broke, it's their fault. And it's those people who don't know what they want until we give it to them. It's their fault. Fuck you. Fuck you and the horse you came on. Or came in on. Because guess what, pal? Your movie sucked. Get over it. You made a movie that was specifically meant to bash men, that had a racist line in it towards white folks, if you really want to get into your stupid identity politics, SJW nonsense. You had a movie that totally destroyed the narrative of John Connor being the leader of the world's resistance. You screwed up. As did James Cameron. Accept your freaking losses, take the L like any normal, mature adult would, and move on. Stop blaming everybody else for your fuck-ups. Anyway, folks, that's the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of Tim Miller blaming everybody but himself for Terminator Dark Fate's box office bomb. Anyway, folks, this has been Orange Chat Reviews. Catch you all on the next one.